political analyst and author. Shuja Nawaz is based here in the Washington, D.C. area. He joins us now with more. Shuja, good to see you again. Many Afghans are afraid of what life will be like after any withdrawal is completed. Deadly attacks like the one in Logar province on Friday, well, they clearly don't help. What would you tell these people?
Well, there's hope that the Taliban will go back to the message that was given in 2014 by Mullah Omar. Interestingly and coincidentally, it was also an Eid al-Fitr message. And Eid al-Fitr will be on us in another couple of weeks. And so perhaps that is the grand strategy that he outlined, where he called for an inclusive government that would respect the wishes of different factions within Afghanistan. And let me quote from it one sentence, which is critical. He said, "I reiterate once again that we do not think of monopolizing power. I assure you that I will not reach any illegitimate compromise or unlawful deal." Well, the Taliban did make a deal with the United States. They are not attacking the US forces, and the US is not attacking them. And so the US is now pulling out. I think that's a done deal. The next step really will be critical, which is to get the other major regional powers, including Russia and China, and maybe Iran and India and Pakistan involved in Istanbul, perhaps after the Ramadan holidays and the Eid al-Fitr celebration, to open an intra-Afghan dialogue to set up this inclusive transitional government that Mullah Omar had promised in 2014.
Yeah, the extended troika that you mentioned, the US, Russia, China, and Pakistan, they met last week in Doha to try and revive these intra-Afghan talks. There were supposed to be US-backed talks in Istanbul. Those didn't happen with the start of the Biden administration. They may have to happen after Ramadan, we understand. What is the latest in the talks between the Taliban and the Afghan government, which is so crucial to any lasting peace?
Well, the Taliban know that they've won this war against the United States, and that was their main purpose. That was the grand strategy. They do not consider the Afghan government a legitimate group to negotiate with. They would much rather talk to all the different factions that may include the current Afghan government. And I think they will hold out as much as possible for that. And as your report suggested, there will probably be an uptick in attacks even within Kabul. I was speaking with somebody in Kabul just yesterday, and I was told that a new form of attack are these limpet mines, the magnetic devices that are attached randomly to create fear and panic in the city. So nobody knows if he or she is safe when they go out in a car.
The 10-year anniversary of the killing of Osama bin Laden by the U.S. is coming up on Sunday. He had been hiding in Pakistan, which had long been accused of fomenting instability in neighboring Afghanistan. Will the departure of U.S. and NATO forces leave a vacuum in Afghanistan, and will Pakistan see that as an opportunity?
I hope that Pakistan resists the temptation of trying to politically engineer a solution in Afghanistan. It'd be much better served to hold its peace and to let the Afghans come to their own agreements within their own groupings and to assist as far as possible in facilitating those discussions. Pakistan cannot afford economically or militarily to become involved in Afghanistan. In fact, the biggest fear for Pakistan is that if the Taliban take over Kabul, that the Tehreek-e-Taliban of Pakistan and other militant groups that use Afghan soil for attacks in Balochistan or inside Pakistan against the state and the military will be enhanced. You'll have reverse sanctuary. So Pakistan needs to be much more careful than it has been in the past.